This is what a $5.7 million home goes for in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. And yes, it's my home. I designed it from scratch before a single piling went into the ground, and for the past 7 years, it's been everything we hoped it would be. But today, I'm getting ready to sell it. Now, you might think this is just another luxury tour. It isn't. I've spent more than 2 decades helping people buy and sell homes, and I've advised hundreds of sellers on how to prepare their homes, how to price them, and how to market them for the best possible outcome. But I've never had to take my own advice, until now. Because selling your home, it's different. You know every decision that went into it, every dollar you've invested, every memory that you've made, and that's exactly why it's so hard to stay objective. So I decided to put the entire process on camera, not just the house, but every decision that's behind selling it. The pricing, the preparation, the staging, the marketing, and the launch. Because if I expect my clients to trust my advice, I should be willing to follow that same advice myself. But before we talk about selling this house, let me show you why we built it. A truly remarkable property. It's at the intersection of 3 canals on Bald Eagle Lagoon inside the Rehoboth Beach Yacht and Country Club. It has 275 feet of waterfront that wraps the entire property. It has a deep water dock, pool, spa, stone terrace, 7 bedrooms, 7 full baths, over 6,000 square feet, and 2 levels connected by an elevator. When I was designing this home, the thing I kept coming back to, the thing I was most determined to get right, was that the water needed to be a part of every room in the house. And that covered porch, the rounded sitting area that sits right on the point where all the canals come together, had to be perfect. I wanted to sit there and feel the water coming at me from every direction, and it does. But the moment I'm most proud of, the one I drew and redrew, is what happens the second you walk through that front door. That barrel ceiling entry that's lit from above, and the water frames straight through to the back of the house before you've taken 10 steps inside. Then the great room opens up. Every window, every door, that entire span of glass, and when you stand in the great room and those doors fold all the way back and the water is just there, you can't help but feel overwhelmed. And that was the whole idea, that magical moment when the water comes inside. We imagined it, we drew it, and then built it. And every single time that I walk through the front door, even after 7 years, it still gets me. The kitchen is built around a cobalt blue Italian luxury range and Bahia blue granite, which I obsessed over for months. I tried to find that piece of stone from Baltimore, Philly, North and South Jersey. And then behind the main kitchen, I knew that we would entertain a lot, so we built a fully equipped caterer's kitchen. It has a range, a microwave, dishwasher, ice maker, refrigeration, and you can host 100 people and never once touch the main kitchen. The first floor primary suite, it has direct water views, a double marble vanity, custom tile walk-in and shower with dual heads. And this home was designed with other people in mind from day one. Family and friends, parents who needed an elevator, and a self-contained apartment with its own entrance for whoever needed independence but wanted to be close. Outside, the pool and spa, they're anchored by Atlantic blue marble stone terrace, stepping directly out to the waterfront. And the sunset, it happens every single night. This home has been in countless publications: Rehoboth Beach Living, Coastal Living, Pebble Tech, and New Cedar videos, and Best Overall in the Rehoboth Cottage Tour twice. And there's no comparable parcel on the Delaware coast at any price. And I'm not saying that to sell it, I'm saying it because it's the truth and it matters to every decision that follows. This home was never designed for 2 people. It was designed to be shared. And our parents stayed here. They lived here off and on, friends filled the bedrooms, and the caterer's kitchen, it got used. The dock, the pool, and the porch, all on the point, was built to be full, and I'm grateful for it. But a few months ago, I went upstairs, just walking around the way you do in a house you know by heart, and I looked around and thought, this home isn't being used the way it was designed to be used. Our parents are now gone. Most of my friends have their own places. House guests aren't coming the way they used to. And I thought, it's time for someone else to create memories here. That's not entirely a sad thought. It's a little sad. I won't pretend otherwise, but mostly it feels right. Like this home did what it was supposed to do for us. And now it's ready to do that for someone else. And here's where it gets real. Pricing your own home is hard. Here's a secret. I've never sold my own home. My last 2 homes, I sold to friends. So pricing's hard, even when you priced 1,000 homes for other people. I know what I put into this place, and I know what it means to me, and I knew if I sat down and came up with a number, it was going to be my number and not the market's number. So I did what I tell every seller to do. I called an agent, in my case several, my colleagues at Sotheby's and elsewhere, and I asked them to price it, not me. And they came back with 5.7 million. And so that's what we're gonna list it at. Because my buyer isn't local. They're in Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Lauderdale. They've been watching this market on their phone for months before they ever drive down. And by the time they see this home, they already know what it should cost. If I price it high, I don't get an offer, I get silence. Priced right, day one, I get an offer. And that's the discipline. And I held myself to the same way I hold my clients to it. So now, the preparation. And I want to be clear about something because sellers get this wrong constantly. There's a difference between renovating and preparing. Renovating, well, that's for you. Preparing is for the next buyer. So here's exactly what I did to get the house ready. I painted the island cabinet to offset it from the white in the kitchen, repainted several parts of the house, including the apartment, purchased new bedding throughout, staged my office and the den, bought new rugs, and the landscaping's been completely overhauled. Every bed, every border, every approach to the house. And we had professional staging in every single room. Now, why did I do all this on a home that I'm selling? Because a buyer at 5.7 million is not looking for a project. They're not making a list of things to fix. They're looking for a home that feels like every single thing has already been thought of. One thing out of place, one room that doesn't feel complete, a dated fixture in an otherwise perfect space becomes a question mark over the entire property. And at this price, a question mark is an extraordinarily expensive mistake. Not because the buyer can't afford to address it, because the question mark makes them wonder what else they might be walking into. So I removed every question mark, everything that would give a buyer a reason to pause. And when I walked through it after it was all done, I'll be honest with you, it still felt like my home, but I knew that it was ready for someone else to call it their home. And it looked like something that I would buy, which is exactly what it needed to look like. The buyer who writes the offer on this home will have walked through it 100 times in their head before they ever call to schedule a showing. And they do that on a screen, which means these photos are not marketing, they're the first showing. So there's a full production on my own home. Cinematic photography, drone over the water, golden hour, twilight stills, and the house lit up from inside, the sky going deep blue behind it. Every single frame built to answer one question. What does it feel like to live here? Because that's what the buyer's actually purchasing, not the square footage and not the specs. It's the feeling of standing out on the terrace with the water in front and knowing this is the one. The photos have to deliver that before you stand in the doorway. And most sellers think photos are an afterthought. At this level, they're everything because a listing only gets one debut. The first 2 weeks on the market pulls more serious buyer attention than the next 4 months combined. The most motivated buyers, they're watching for new inventory every single day. When this home appears, they're looking. And that window, it does not come back around. So everything drops at once. Through Monument Sotheby's International Realty, this listing syndicates to over 100 affiliate sites worldwide. The Wall Street Journal, Mansion Global, Bloomberg, Financial Times, and in print, because at this level, it still moves the right people. In Delaware Beach Life, Philadelphia, Washington, Baltimore, the Cape Gazette, right here at home. Targeted digital that follows buyers who are already searching coastal real estate. They're viewing competing properties. They're pricing mortgages at this level. And my listing runs directly in their path. And I only have one shot because I can't have a soft launch. This home is ready and the price is right, so let's go. And I hope whoever buys this home fills it in the way it was meant to be filled. I want them to have family in every bedroom, friends on the porch at night, watching the water go quiet, standing in the great room for the first time, and feeling like I do, overwhelmed. Exactly the way I felt when the home was imagined and then completed. That magical moment of the water coming inside, we drew that on paper. And I want someone else to love it now. I made a video on 10 ways that sellers hide major defects and exactly what to look for at every showing. Watch that one next.